say that there is lots of positive improvements because we have had very historic events taking place over the past 2 years. For the first time, our president made a state visit to Indonesia. In the history of our relationship, starting 1954, there was never a state visit from Afghanistan to Indonesia up until 2017. 2017 visit of our president was the very first state visit, and the discussions that followed, the very fruitful dialogue that was held between our president and the relevant parties were very useful. And more importantly, the visit was returned by President Jokowi back to Afghanistan. He visited Afghanistan during a state visit this past January, and that was after 1961. In 1961, President Sukarno visited our country and was a guest of our late king. But then since 1961 up until 2018, there were no visits at this level, no state visits definitely, and no visit of the heads of states to Afghanistan. So this was a remarkable visit that was highly appreciated, not only by government but also for people. And then once again, the visit was complemented even further by the visit of Vice President Kala to Afghanistan, which just took place within a month from the visit of the President of Indonesia to Afghanistan, and his participation to the Kabul II process, which was very much dominated by a discussion about the peace and security for Afghanistan and the region. This is a very good point because as Indonesia has stepped forward to be a party and support bringing peace and supporting peace-building initiative in Afghanistan, economic growth and economic activities make a very important pillar of that. And everybody realizes that sustainable peace will be only possible when there is parallel activities and movement in terms of economic development, as well as social development and cultural development, and to complement that. In the past 2 years, there has been good movement towards initiatives to improve economic relations between Afghanistan and Indonesia. In the past 2 years, Afghanistan is sending one of the biggest delegations to every expo that Indonesia is holding. I mean, particularly to the Indonesian Trade Expo. And as well, there has been a few additional initiatives. There is a joint council for the business that is underway to be established. We are hoping, as President Jokowi committed, that there will be a business mission from Indonesia visiting Afghanistan within the first 6 months of this year. So we are preparing and we are waiting for the business delegation to visit Afghanistan in the near future. And at the same time, there is a couple of different initiatives and ideas to cooperate in various sectors that are relevant, including in terms of trades and also investment. Afghanistan is a very rich country. We have a very rich sources of natural resources and minerals, and Indonesia has very good expertise in the mining sector and minerals. So we are already working on some initiatives in terms of exchange for the training between Ministry of Energy and Ministry of Mining, Ministry of Energy of Indonesia with Ministry of Mining and Petroleum of Afghanistan.
much the trade balance, if you could remember?
Certainly, the trade balance is not very high. We were only up at the 37 million for last year. But for 2017, there was a goal. It was actually established by the Indonesian side. The Indonesian government set a goal of improving the trade balance, the volume to 200 million. Of course, we were not able to meet that, but I hope that we could come as near as possible to meeting such a figure. Well, there has been many, quite a good number of Afghans coming to Indonesia, but all of them have come under certain arrangements that needed involvement from the government side, because Afghanistan is still in the calling visa section, so they are having difficulty, and this is why a lot of the tourists from Afghanistan does not consider Indonesia as a destination because of the difficulty for visa issuance. So unless there is like an organized program where they have support from the governments to participate, then the tourists generally do not consider because of the visa issues. Yeah, well, our number is quite small because, and then we have a number of refugees and asylum seekers that are more than 7,000 that are residing in Indonesia, and they are waiting to be resettled in a third country.